Okada, is that you?
What was that? All right, what's up, YouTubers? We're live with another edition of the LonelyFans podcast. And tonight, y'all, we're going to be talking about Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, and our thoughts on it. And
spoilers ahead.
Yeah, I did put it in the description. Spoilers.
Good.
It's spoiler talk, just in case anyone says anything or tries to flag our video or dislike us because we're posting spoilers. But it is what it is. But today we're joined by our usual suspects. Who am I doing this right? The Sheen, a fun guy. Before we get started on Black Panther, though, none of these guys know about this, but I want to welcome back an OG, a founding father of LonelyFans podcast. Welcome back, Albie. Welcome back.
Didn't know. Okay, we're finally.
Yeah.
Albie has come back to Lonely.
I miss you all.
We missed you too, man.
I had no
I missed
idea.
you too.
What a pleasant surprise. Let's get down to business.
Let's do this.
It was perfect timing because I was like, now, as soon as cool.
We had no idea. I really didn't.
He warned me, so.
It's really nice to have you back, Alan.
Yes.
And tonight we're going to talk about
Great.
Amazing Spider-Man 2 and by Andrew Garfield's.
Oh, yeah.
You see my face?
That's how long it's been. We haven't had a chance to talk about Amazing Spider-Man 2. Wow. So much has happened since.
The background's looking immaculate as ever. Before we get started,
Thank you.
shout out to Mr. Mario.
Let's go.
That's right.
Yeah,
We're assembled. We're going to talk about Wakanda Forever. Did you see it Thursday night, Albie, or Friday?
I saw it Thursday night, yeah.
Ooh.
Cool. So I think it's only right then, if you guys are cool with it, we let him kick it off. Is this initial thoughts on Wakanda Forever?
Kick it off. Oh, gosh.
You still remember how to do this?
I think so. All right. So, yeah, the theater was nice. The seats were we got to talk about the movie. Okay. All right.
I drank an AP lager. It was delicious.
It was a mezcal. Thank you very much. What is it? Okay. I'm not going to beat around the bush. I'll give it 10 out of 10. We do ratings. So I'm going to give it 10 out of 10. Yes, a big part of it was the ode to the great Chadwick Boseman, T'Challa, but also it was a really good story about leadership, especially with Shuri. They need to balance between, moving forward with science, but also trying to keep up traditions. And then you got the challenge of a pretty great nemesis, Namor, that brought those types of challenges. Also, everyone in the cast brought their A game. We'll delve into that further, I'm sure. And I love the action sequences. The action sequences were fantastic. But what probably hit more was a lot of those one-to-one moments between a lot of the characters. But that's the best way I can sum it up for now. Yeah, that's my take.
Yeah. Who wants to go next? Is it fun guy? You got your hands clasped.
I did. See the rub? So easily telling people it's just as good as the first one, if not better. Expectations were met. My gripes were very, very small. Very, very small. And it wasn't with the cinematography, it wasn't with the acting. They captured the ode to Chadwick. Excellent. And you get to see everyone from the first movie just about master their role. They're like, this is me, this is my embodiment, this is post stuff, I'm still doing well. The actors, right? The characters, oh man. I was happy everybody that I wanted to got some screen time by themselves. Namor, he's up there with the top 4 MCU villains so far with me. Top 5, top 4, not sure. Small list. I'm glad they didn't kill him off. We said the spoilers in this video, right?
Yeah, it's a spoiler talk in the title.
And not to take up too much time, it did not feel like that long of a movie. It was 2 hours and 40 minutes, but it did not feel like that.
Was it really?
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Didn't feel like that at all. There was no lagging parts to me. There was no too long exposition. It was well done. Like, I was like, Ryan and the team did it again. I wonder if the writers are too. So, and who produced it. I looked at the credits and I forgot. But on to the Sheen.
The Sheen.
I will
Which way is it, this
also
way?
give it a 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10 at least.
Yeah,
Couple
minimum for
things.
me is 8 or 9 minimum.
It can't be
Easy.
less than that. I
No,
also
you're
feel
hating
like
if you are.
the even though it was 2 hours, it felt like it was not rushed. It was not rushed at all. Compared to other movies, I felt like it took its time. It kept it serious, but also threw humor in there at the same time, and it felt well balanced. And as well as all the characters were portrayed very well. They brought their A game, as Albie said. As a fun guy, they all were on par for this movie. I think it's a 10 out of 10. 9 at the least.
Yeah, I would agree. I hate throwing tens out there because it's like it's in the moment, but it's like this movie. I think it's a huge change of pace from previous Marvel properties we've seen. Like it evoked a lot of emotion. Sorry, Sheen, I gotta say it. We watched it. Me, Sheen, Fun Guy saw it. I saw Sheen tearing up during the ceremony for T'Challa, and I was like, I felt it. I teared up when they did the Marvel Studio credits, and it was all his highlights, and I was just like, oh damn, man. That hit the feels. This movie hit a lot of feels, and especially Angela Bassett's role. Like you could feel as a mother, like she lost. I know we're gonna go into specifics here in a second, but yeah, I would give this a 10. But it's something definitely I'll watch again. And yeah, the way they were able to develop Shuri's character from like this fun, quirky little sister to what she became in this movie, it was amazing. And also, this is just so random. I saw something on like Twitter. It's like, I know we shouldn't talk about this. It's like fans already talking about Displeasure. They should have recast T'Challa. Go fuck off.
Why would they do that?
I'm sorry.
All of a sudden.
I'm sorry.
No, recast T'Challa to bring him back in a movie that doesn't need him to be in it.
No, it was tastefully done. Honestly,
agree.
Yeah.
Here's my take on it. The ones who should make that decision is not us. It's not people out there. It's ones closest to the project. All right, we trust them. If Ryan Coogler and the rest of the team decided to do that, then we trust them. But they, closest to the project, they decided not to do that. That's not how they want to do it, and we're supposed to trust them on that. And I think it paid off really well.
I want to talk about the world building for Namor City.
I want to talk about how much
later.
We can talk about. I want to talk about how much he did a good job in that movie. I hated his character, man.
But you got his reasoning though, right?
Yeah, I got his reasoning, and like Sheen, you'll like this. A lot of the filming was filmed in Puerto Rico. Did you see that?
Puerto Rico.
That was beautiful.
Did not know that. You know what? Now I know why it was so beautiful.
Yeah, this is like nerdy stuff. I noticed when they went to what's the city called? Talocan. I'm trying to remember what it was called exactly, but the way
not Atlantis. That's what it's called.
Was not Atlantis. No.
The way they entered it, it's like I always try to connect stuff when I'm watching the movie. You put your hand through that thing and it opens up a little wave. And I thought of the Bifrost when you go to Asgard, and I was just like, "Oh, that's so cool!" They transferred that city, but yeah, that was cool. But go ahead, let's talk about a city.
So the movie, when someone asks me what took so long, I'm going to say they had to build a new world in that movie. They had to show you what's happening in Wakanda and give you a whole new character to the MCU, whole new background to his character, and show you his world all in one movie. They did well.
Like an origin story, pretty much, within an already existing property. Yeah.
Yeah, they did well. They took enough chunk to show you his people, his city, his background, his origin story, all contrite, but not contrite. Very well done in a short amount of time.
And connecting it to like Mesoamerican, like Aztec / Mayan, culture, that was like a really creative move. Something to make it really like stand out among like different like worlds we see in the comics and all that. So yeah, love that.
I want to know how what was it, the herb that he got from the water, how it ended up there.
True.
the one he made his mother take. It was wild when they all first took it. They all just passed out, and then they woke up blue and just ran in the water.
And then he was saying I was born, and then straight up said, I'm a mutant. And I was like, boom, all right. Let's not beat around the bush. I'm a mutant.
He said the M word.
That
the
like
M word.
The X-Man.
I'm a mutant. I'm a man.
You mentioned the X-Men. That's him.
They're going to do what they can to beat around the bush on that. So we have 2 confirmed mutants: Miss Marvel and Namor.
Yes.
There you go.
Namor. Oh, shoot. I keep saying Namor. Sorry, y'all.
In the movie, it's Namor.
Namor.
I'm pretty sure that's what we all said. Namor. Until the movie happens, and you're like,
correct.
Namor.
I'm channeling my inner MCU. Is that Namor? Oh, yeah.
It's pronounced Namor. All right. I prefer my Namor racially ambiguous. Okay.
I think I'm pronouncing his name correctly. Tenochtitlan. He was a really good actor in this movie, man. He owned that character. Yeah, he owned that character. But I don't know where to begin because there's so many things about this. Like, we can jump around here, but I like the introduction of Riri Williams. I didn't know how I was going to feel because I never read any of the comics, honestly.
None?
No.
Cool.
I was like seeing her introduction here, I was like, oh, it's really done well. Like, they go to her campus. Okoye is like, is it my makeup? Is it not matching? Yeah, it was funny to me.
My nerdy ass, the favorite part was when you see the equation on her door. It said, "Don't knock, solve," or "Solve, don't knock." I love that.
Didn't even notice that.
For us with a lower IQ of 100, tell us what that means.
Yeah.
Because I looked at it and said, wait, is that either it was a differential equation on her door or it was a basic physics equation? I go, what? I only got a glimpse of it. I was like, so it was X plus, I didn't see the quotations, 2. I was like, where's the rest of it? Then Shuri just knocked. She didn't try and solve it. She's like, doesn't matter.
Doing her greatest American accent.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing whatever the Ironheart series is going to be, I have a feeling that professor that challenged her to make that machine is going to be involved in it.
Ooh, I think so.
Because that professor had to have some special interest. It's like, can you make a machine that can find vibranium?
Yeah, I wonder how that challenge came up. I guess we're not supposed to know who that is.
Yeah, probably. But that's another thing. Like that beginning sequence in the boat, like those things just came after. That was pretty scary, honestly.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's 2. That's 2 scientists. We have to figure out who they are. That one, and then the one from WandaVision. So that's 2.
Yep. Oh, that's right.
Oh yeah, like the one from WandaVision that was like what type of physicist? Like
astrophysicist.
Yeah, we're all going like, oh, is it Reed Richards? Is it Mephisto?
I'm having flashbacks to how disappointed we were in that series. It's guys, they're going to introduce John Krasinski. He's going to appear on this show, and then nothing ever came but a boner joke.
Right.
That first chase sequence in the city was pretty cool. Mm-hmm. But I'm trying to remember because like that one-on-one with Okoye and Atuma was insane. I thought he was going to kill her. I was like, oh no, there's no way.
Yeah, it's like we already had enough. Come on, don't take other characters.
She held her own because remember they're all superhuman strength. So that's how come. That's why the vibranium shook because it was vibranium with superhuman strength smacking it.
Right.
Did you like the callback to Iron Man 1 when she flew all the way up with her Mark 1 suit?
Yeah.
And my nerdy ass once again was like, oh, she's remembering the equation where she hits how long it takes for to lose oxygen. I was like, oh, come on, man. Yes.
Come on.
Yes. Come on, man. No, you don't want to ice out. She knew she'd pass out. Like it was quick introduction to who we're dealing with. And her introduction, remember, she came to get her money. Like, hey, where's my money? You didn't pay me today.
Yeah.
What did he pay her? 8,000 or was it 80,000?
It was 8,000. Right? It was 8,000 for like homework over the year or something that she did for him. I was just like, damn, okay.
And he's like, that's 8,000. She goes, what? And then he's like, isn't that a pretty expensive? She goes, what grade you get? No, she said that was yesterday's price. Yeah. Whatever he was about to pay. Yeah.
Then we had old reliable Bilbo Baggins was there.
Mm-hmm.
When it showed, if anyone doesn't know, when it showed Arlington, Virginia, I was like, "That's where we live."
Alexandria.
I was Alexander. Sorry, Alexander.
So
I was like, yes, represent
Yeah.
Woods.
It's just a bunch of woods.
Okay.
Woods. Also,
Wayne reinforced that stereotype. People from Virginia, there's nothing but.
We love our woods.
so we love our
We got
woods, I guess.
skyscrapers somewhere.
So also remember, he's a character from the comics as well. I forgot about that. I read the Marvel Knights arc where he's in it and appears. Everett Ross, right?
Yeah. Then we have Val coming back again.
Yeah, I didn't expect that. I was
a
like, oh,
shocker. I
they
didn't
put
see
her
that
in here.
coming.
Okay.
They were
married.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh man, I like how she like set him up. He was like, okay, I'm gonna keep these beads, and she's not gonna know about it. He's like, oh, I knew.
And she knew the whole time.
Yeah.
Right.
What
Wonder what else they bugged. If the bugs of those beads were bugged since before he picked them up. I wonder how much Val and whoever is funding her on her or her overhead has bugged the rest of the MCU.
Was she
We'll
just in
find
charge
out.
of the FBI or was it the
No.
CIA?
Her clearance goes way up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But she was like the deputy director of CIA or something, or
No,
FBI
no.
or something like that. Yeah.
Might be
Yeah.
yeah. And remember, he's arrested, so then they freed him.
Oh, that's right.
They freed him though, so he's not going back to America.
He's gonna go on the raft, and that's where we're gonna get the Thunderbolts now.
Nah, he got saved already.
Oh, that's right. Oopsies.
Okoye saved
Yeah.
him already.
And she said a colonizer in chains. Now I have seen everything.
Yeah, that's right. Our favorite American colonizer. Yeah.
Oh, that was my favorite. Sure he said that.
I kind of find it ironic that Val is like the new Clark Gregg for. I don't know if you guys ever watched the New Adventures of Old Christine, but it had Clark Gregg and Julia Dreyfus, and it's like Coulson was Shield, and then Val is this new.
Huh? I have not.
I didn't think about that.
Nobody watched it. It's okay. I had a lot of time during the pandemic, guys. I watched a lot of shows.
I gotta finish Shield, or should I finish Shield?
Nice.
I didn't watch the last 2 seasons. It's just hard to watch.
Yeah. I don't
Even though they
know.
like to say it's not canon, when literally it is canon. They speak
Oh,
about it. in the
yeah.
film.
Oh yeah, that's
He
right.
just snatched it.
What was the other? Oh, that's what it was when they caught them. And in the beginning, they're just like, it's probably the Wakandans. I was like, damn, yeah, just blame the Wakandans in the beginning.
Because it's vibranium. So
Yeah.
it's vibranium got to be them.
Was it
Or
you?
was that the whole plan?
A fun guy. Was it you? What did you say? They was the cut because they got rhythm. Now they got to blame
Yeah.
Wakanda.
I did.
It's like, wow.
I did.
Come on.
Yeah, when that happened, and then and she was in front of the UN Council, and she's like, "I know what you guys are thinking. Wakanda's lost its king. It's lost. Let's go attack." And like when she put the people that tried to invade them in front of the France, I was just like, "Damn, get them!"
Kept them alive for that reason. Like, they're not even dead. Look,
Yeah,
they're
that
not
was a
injured.
badass move.
Yeah.
Yeah, why
The
does
stun weapons
Why,
was genius.
why does that bald dude always have to play like an asshole? Whatever. He's like the John Hamm, but the poor man's version.
Oh, that dude.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
He was like in the West Wing and stuff.
Yeah, that's where he was from.
Yeah, that's where he was from. So yeah, he always has to pay the. Yeah, you're right. The stuck-up asshole of the crew.
So it looks like the world wants Wakanda, wants their resources, and wants them out of the picture. It looks like that's what's been going on.
Yeah, I mean they want the resources, but they want to use it for like weapons. Like they were talking about how they can use it for nuclear like power. Nuclear.
Could you
weapons.
imagine? Uh-oh.
Apparently they can. That's why they don't want them touching the resources.
Yeah. It's like, we
I like how
kept
it's
the
also
secret
like-
because of you.
It's also like France. I go, yeah, France. They
always gotta do
need
it.
a world power win right now. I guess.
For any of our French viewers out there, we do not share these same sentiments.
She looked at the UN, the French UN ambassador, and looked at her with a stare. Like, you really tried to do this, and you failed miserably.
Yeah, I like to have sheet. I was like, get him, bitch.
And I was like, how are the French watchers going to watch that? Actually, my favorite character from the MCU who's dead was French. One of my favorites. George St. Pierre's character,
Oh, Bot Rock.
Savant Master.
Hot Rod, yeah.
Yeah.
Hot Rod?
That's Hot Rod, no, Bot Rock.
Bot Rock.
Hot Rod.
Bot Rock the Leaper.
Hot Rod.
And I was like, no! Shot him. Don't watch taking from me.
I think it was interesting to see the origins of some of like the other side characters, like Atuma's, because I was almost sure, like before the movie was going to start or before film, it was like, oh, somehow he's going to like pollute Namor's mind and have him go to war with the Wakandans, and that's what's going to happen, and then he's going to be good. But no, he was just.
I'm so glad they subverted expectations.
Yeah, he was just ended up being his muscle for the film, and I like that whole the Kamehameha thing.
Right.
But I liked it. He was like, I brought the sun to my people. And I was like, okay, I understand his.
The Rising, I think this is The Rising.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I can find out.
It was a really complex world, too. Like, if it was in the hands of, like, other writers, they just would have went like, okay, so they just go through this shield and everything's normal. Like, you know, we're no longer in water. You can breathe normally and you can communicate in English. But no. They pretty much created a system where you still have to go through water. You have to find ways of communicating, and like
You mean like the Gungans in episode 1, where
they
go through the water, they go through the little shield and they can all out.
And that's it. Okay, we're just now you can hear our annoying ass voices.
Yeah.
Into planet core.
I do like this technology. That made sense why they had that on their face.
Yep.
The little water thing, like that was pretty ingenious.
Yeah.
And now that they knew, they just like go for it, just like rip that shit off. Yeah, I did feel bad when Nakia accidentally killed that. I know she had to shoot her so that Shuri can get free with Riri, but when she shot that girl,
thought she had to shoot her.
Yeah.
Yep.
And she tried to save her too.
But
She's
it's
like
that distance.
She's like, give me the beads, I can save her. It's like, we have to go.
Yeah.
She could have saved her. She said, "This will risk war." She said it.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, the good thing with this movie as a whole, it was pretty much a war movie, like a political thriller, and third act pretty much went a war movie, like which.
Yep.
That's what you guys asked for, right? Like y'all want more action.
Vibranium versus Vibranium.
Right.
Plus superhumans versus Vibranium and one superhuman with tech.
Right.
High tech versus high tech. Superhumans versus non-superhumans with battle armor. It worked out.
I did like the M'Baku and Okoye's kind of like relationship through the movie, like their budding friendship.
Yeah, it's very different. Yeah. I'm glad that he was not always on the same page as her. Like he wasn't on the same page with T'Challa or Queen Mother.
Mm-hmm.
Love that. Jabari, man.
Oh, you're talking about like when she like fast forwarding to the end when Shuri wanted to go to battle and he's like,
would risk eternal war.
He was being
I don't want that for my people. Yeah, I don't want that for my people. Yeah. And neither would your mother.
I thought he was going to die in the beginning.
So I was going to ask you about that. I don't know if that was a vibranium plate or a special type of wood with vibranium look, or vibranium looks like wood. I assumed it was vibranium. That's why I knew he'd be fine.
Like how he survived that blow, sure.
It makes sense that it was, right?
Yeah, it has to be. Or if they didn't think about it then, they can easily think about it later.
It was vibranium.
Yep. Oh, yeah. It was vibranium. Thank you for the vibranium. Thank for the vibranium slides. Thank for vibranium shoes.
All of it. They can just make it up.
The vibranium tinted windows.
Yep. Yep.
Hold on real quick. VV says, hey, Pac, do you think Hasbro release a Wave 2 book? Honestly, probably. They did it for the Black Panther 1 movie. They probably will for this because we need whose figure is it? We need spoilers. We need another Michael B. Jordan figure.
Yeah, well, what's that? Spoilers. Nothing else made sense. We knew it'd be him. No one else made any sense.
That was a very powerful scene.
For some reason, I forgot about that possibility. I remember it was mentioned before in rumor mills and stuff. But I totally
forgot about a while ago.
So like when that throne thing was happening, I go like, oh, are we going to see Angela Bassett, or are they going to do that whole 3D digital rendition of Chadwick Boseman, who I thought that was almost going to happen. He wasn't going to say anything, but we were going to like see him. But
Nope.
and no, got a
Got
Killmonger
her cousin,
with the cool
the
new
Jaka.
hairdo, and then
Is it the Jaka? In the Jaka? That's his father.
T'Chaka. Yeah, I'm glad it wasn't some CGI of Chadwick.
Me too.
They didn't,
I'd rather
do
be
some,
Killmonger.
they didn't do some Fast and Furious thing like Paul Walker. I'm glad they didn't do that stuff.
Yeah, and
Or
Killmonger
what
makes sense.
Star Wars have been doing too.
Oh yeah.
I'm surprised you forgot, Ali. These two, Sheen and Fun Guy, were always contemplating a possibility. I was like, no, why would they? And then, like, now you
Makes
watch
sense,
it, and
yeah.
it's like, yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
I tapped
Maybe 'cause I
myself.
was
We were right.
thinking-
She was so mad it was him, and I felt so bad for her. She's like, why is it you?
Because he aligns with your goals. You got the
Yeah.
you got the ancestor you needed,
Yeah.
not the ancestor you wanted.
That was,
Well, he's not your
that was-
ancestor. Wait,
That was genius from a storytelling perspective. Like it wasn't just a way like, hey, let's just have Michael B. Jordan here. No, there was a really good reason for it, and that pretty much set up the third act of that whole movie. So yeah,
It's good Michael Bay to do this. Hear us out. Killmonger comes back. He wasn't dead.
so he didn't die.
we see the plan.
Oh, no.
Michael Bay cut him out.
Oh God,
We've
Michael.
been infiltrated by Michael
We've been
Bay.
infiltrated by the not Transform. It's Autobots, or is it the Destructicons? What symbols on the bot?
If you look in the corner, Mike, you can see Killmonger right in the corner. If you see him right there.
Wait, Ali, what happened? He timed out.
Yeah, he timed out. So what I was thinking was
Michael Bay got to you, dude. We're just-
that's my
what-
idea. Okay,
what
here's
happened
the
is
secret idea that I stole from Michael Bay.
It goes black, and like he comes back on screen. His back is like filled with Transformers posters and like one of Bad Boys.
And then I'm beaten up. And everything like, hey guys. Oh, so anyway, so let's change the topic. What about Bad Boys 4? When's that coming out?
Bad Boys 4.
How about Mark Wahlberg's portrayal in Transformers?
Oh,
Okay.
it's Transformer.
What were you saying before you timed out, dude?
Oh, what I was saying is it would have been Michael Bay's idea. Like you just see a calm, like grassy field, and then all of a sudden, an arm pops up, and then it's like Killmonger.
A bunch of explosions, unnecessary water explosions.
Oh my
Black
God.
Panther rises again.
Oh my god. Oh no. Ooh,
Now it's time to burn it more. Burn it fast.
Vivi says, I got disappointed with Everett Ross in the movie. He didn't do much in there. What was the point of having him in the Wakanda Forever wave when he only had a minor role? Oh my gosh. Vivi, I love you. You always bring us back to the figures.
Keeping us on topic. The figures matter.
It's the same way Rinshaw wasn't really part of the thing, dude. It happens. But Everett Ross is important to the lore of Black Panther in the movie.
He connects both worlds, the outside world and Wakanda.
I mean, he introduced basically Riri Williams in a sense.
Yeah, he's one of the,
Because she was in America, he's part of the group that knew what was going on. But giving him a bigger role in this film would have overshadowed the new characters they have introduced.
Yeah, I agree.
That's why.
Yeah, that's a good point too. Like with as many characters that were in this
There's a
movie,
lot
that
of
you
characters.
introduced, they did a good job of managing each one,
Mhm.
but still tying in the old ones too. Yeah,
Right.
Yes.
Love.
I'm ready to see it again.
Yeah, me too.
Same there.
I don't know, man. The MCU's putting Shuri as Black Panther, and
Putting insurance.
Why can't it be that one with the metal arm? I like him. He knows how to do it.
why can't they cast that Will Smith fella as Black? I like them a lot.
Will Smith.
He killed aliens. He knows how to kill them.
But so I think like that. I think it was a good end. I think this is the end of Phase 4 because I think Quantum Mania kicks off Phase 5. But
Really?
this was,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it was nice though, like the way it set up everything else. Because then they're like, because at the end he's like, Namor's like, we'll strike again when they attack Wakanda. It's like, well, when are they going to attack Wakanda? And I think it's going to be somewhere down the line with Secret Wars or something. Or,
Yeah.
Secret
It's not going to be
Wars.
right away.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Secret Wars. You're right. That's a lot. That was a Skrull infiltration in the comics.
Ooh,
Yeah, it was.
Skrulls
Yeah,
underwater.
It was a land war.
Yeah. So that could
They
be.
went to Wakanda. A couple Super Skrulls came in. I remember reading that. Yeah. Although it was a lot more than a couple, but.
And then Hermes will fly out of the water to help Wakanda. That'll be fun.
Ooh. The feather serpent god.
Yeah, when she ripped his wings from his foot, I was like, oh,
She did.
she plucked it, dude.
She did. He's like, what?
Okay.
If there's anything that was slightly better than the first one, it was definitely the one-on-one fight scene at the end. Not that I was fine with the fight scene between like Black Panther and Killmonger. Like I was like fine with it because there was still an emotional level to it.
Yeah.
When Killmonger yelling and stuff. But this one, it gets more like really like dirty and messy and stuff because they're like really like going at it. For a moment, you thought Shuri was gonna die, but then a moment you thought she was really gonna kill him more. But so yeah, like you said, ripping the feet off, him like stabbing her with a spear and sticking her like
boom,
right.
Stick around.
Oh man, that was rough.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I thought that was good.
I think but I think they heard the criticism from the first movie, one-on-one battle, and kept it like as less CGI as they could for that final act on the beach.
Yes.
And have it take place during the day or under the sun.
Yes, we can see stuff.
Yeah. So can you guys answer me this? How did she live with that thing going through her body? Like it just like
I'll tell you. I got you, the nerd type. So remember, here's what you got. You have vibranium stabbing vibranium. Plus, remember the reactionary force, it can push back when something hits it. In the Black Panther suit, the whole I hit it, it blows back. I wanted that to happen. It probably didn't because it's vibranium. I don't know all. I need to read more up to see why that didn't happen. But she stabbed, but she wasn't normal Shuri. She was Shuri boosted by the heart-shaped herb. That's my nerd excuse to why she didn't instantly die. And where was she stabbed with the spear? What if we're getting technical? Like what arteries were hit? Plus, she's superhuman now, so it's not the same rules as in if an ER guy looked at it. Like, superhumans equal not dead from spear? Whatever.
Well, we do have a doctor and a PhD, Dr. Sheen. What do you think? Where did you say that?
So under my looking at the body and seeing how everything works, I think she is superhuman. I think she just missed an artery just by an inch.
Dr. Sheen.
And Kevin Feige said she lives.
Oh, that's true. The Kevin.
Or theory is
hear me out.
She's Wolverine.
Oh my god.
That's true. You know what? Let me write that down.
She's X-23.
Now Shuri took two of our characters. She took Black Panther and Wolverine.
Imagine how pissed off people would be if she was Wolverine. The whole time.
Okay.
All right, Angelo. We love. I appreciate other parts of this. He says I haven't seen it yet. What spoiler talks to you if you want to stay? Feel free to. But I will. The thing is over the fact that should have gotten a new actor to play as Black Panther or not. Just Shuri taking over the mantle. So I understand that. We'll talk about this now. I guess I said it in another panel before. I was like, I think it would have been weird to recast him. And I'm not saying it's wrong or right. No one's wrong or right. It just would have been weird because whoever that actor was would have been screwed from the start because of the unfair comparisons. And like Albie said, I think it should have been decided by the people involved in the project. But that's just, I don't know what you guys feel about that.
Involved with the project, but also closest to Chadwick Boseman. It's like, let them make the best decision. But what I think is when they're using Shuri, it wasn't just using Shuri because, hey, it was in the comics or, hey, technically she's next in line. It was a good way for her to challenge her on a leadership level. Like, because the whole movie was her dismissing a lot of traditions and stuff and then being tunnel vision on just trying to advance the science of all that. I mean, that's how the movie started. It started with her trying to redo the herb solely to save her brother and all that. And ever since that, introduction, that, obsession kept going on throughout the movie until in the end, she kind of had to learn to balance it a bit and also making a tough decision as a leader to, not kill no more and then create an uneasy alliance between them, just for the sake of protecting people. If that makes sense. Yeah.
No, it does. Yeah. All right, fun guy. Were you gonna say something?
You knew I had something, didn't you? I was ready for
good.
stuff like that. In short, it would have been like immediately recasting Joker if there were another Dark Knight movie.
Yeah.
That's the effect, people. That's the analogy I'm making. Heath Ledger dies. Next Dark Knight film. I'm sorry, next Batman film in the trilogy. Recast him immediately.
Yeah,
He's supposed to be in it.
I would say down the road, kind of what I would say. Let them make the decision, but down the road, maybe you recast. I think it was just too fresh, and too fresh to be able to do that. Because, as Pac said, he would already, even if he did the best job he could, he's going to be judged off of what Chadwick did. So
regardless,
honestly, let everybody be elevated, and then down the road, possibly. But I think they did a very good job with Shuri.
Especially as a male in the role, he'd be judged immediately.
Mm-hmm.
But down the road, like what we're hoping is it's going to be like a Spider-Man or Superman or a Batman, where there's going to be so many different iterations of Black Panther. I mean, that's what we're hoping down the road. I mean, look, I like the MCU and all that, but at some point, I mean, I'm hoping, we break off and we're going to start a lot of new reboots and new like reimagining of these characters and all that. So,
Yeah, and I appreciate you, Tangelo. I still have a lot of us spawn shit I'm going to do, so you'll appreciate that. But that's just something I don't really. Like you said, I also don't mind spoilers. I ain't that kind of person, but that says don't spoil. Okay, cool. But I also
me too, Angela. Me too. I saw a lot of spoilers. I look at all. I can start name dropping YouTube channels if you want to do spoilers.
I can't. Oh, hello, old friend. What's up? Articulated. Nice. Welcome back. Everything you guys said was true. Like you guys mentioned, Sheen said it's a little too fresh. Fun guys made the comparisons to Joker, which I'll get to in a second. Then Albie also said, people involved were the ones who should be responsible for making that choice. Like, let's remember when Jared Leto was casted as Joker in 2014, we were still upset that they're making another Joker because we were like, why should? So you have to understand that it kind of goes both ways with this as well. And it's like the other part I look at is we didn't know until he passed away. He was battling a disease. Like, he had cancer. So it's like, can you imagine he put in all this work? I think this is a takeaway of honoring him, and I think doing it that way. That's just my point of view. But like you guys said, somewhere down the line, multiverse and Secret Wars, we'll get Michael B. Jordan as Black Panther or something. Killmonger comes back this time; it's different. I don't know.
What about season 2 of
What If?
What If?
Oh, true. Yeah, we had him as Star-Lord. I forgot. Contemplate. What if? There's your Star-Lord.
There's my Star-Lord.
That was the last thing he did. Was that the last performance of his?
That's the last thing he did.
I think so.
Yeah. But
it was.
Since we're touching up on the future, I mean, how about the after credits where we find out they had a kid?
That was heavy. I was like, oh.
I gasped when I saw it. I was like, oh. She was like holding it.
Already knew.
Speaking of
you took yourself off camera, but you didn't mute.
Speaking of Africa, speaking of the ending, I think you alluded to it, Pac. Would it have been different if Chadwick obviously was here? That the kid that they don't have it and they introduce Storm later on, would that have been a different situation?
Ooh.
I would have loved the Storm introduction in this. That's probably one of the saddest things I think about. It's like, man, there's no Storm dynamic.
Yeah. Very good question, holy smokes. That's my PG-13 answer. G-rated answer, holy smokes.
Real quick, fun guy. Hold on one sec. Yes, Angela, thank you. Rest in peace, Heath Ledger. And then also, we're going to talk about this later. Rest in peace, Kevin Conroy.
Yeah.
Go ahead, fun guy.
No. Both of those were important. So the question was Storm and the kid they had together. That was what we were talking about.
No. We're just talking about how it would have played out if he was still alive. You think at some point we would have seen Storm and Wakanda involved in the Black Panther story arc?
it's hard to say. I want to say yes, but I have no proof to give you. Right? It'd be smart to do that, but they already set up a way for her not to be there, and we don't know what they're going to do with the X-Men in Phase 8. They're going to be dropping the X-Men in phases from now on.
Phase 8.
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to. I mean, they're going to have to drop. They already dropped 2 official mutant evidences. Now they drop some more. When's the X-Men movie supposed to come out? Phase 6.
We don't know.
No, they stopped announcing.
Well, can I be honest about that?
X-Men 97's coming out first, right?
Can I be honest?
Yes.
I know people are excited, about X-Men introduction. It really wouldn't sway me either way if they never got introduced to the MCU. To be honest with you, I'm happy with what we have, and if they kept it strictly just animated series, I'd be cool with that. I know they're going to bring Deadpool 3 and all that. It's nice, but yeah, I think people are really relying heavily on X-Men becoming into the MCU, which I get, but.
We don't need it because they're about to be in Deadpool 3. I mean, they're already X-Men are already in Deadpool universe. I guess they want to
capacity.
Yes, they also they want the MCU rendition, so it feels more Disney official, or remove Disney, just put official. MCU versions of them will be very different. Hugh Jackman's Wolverine wouldn't be the Wolverine we know from Logan, or when he said Wheels. What I'll call you, Wheels. So we say you must be Wheels or something like that.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be the same Wolverine we grew up with the good or bad X-Men verse from Fox. It'd be Feige. It would be him and his team and writers' version of X-Men.
But
he was
I
on
think
X-Men.
they are.
Wasn't he? Wasn't he a producer or director on one of the X-Men movies? Where he got to start?
Not sure.
X-Men 1, yeah.
Oh, Kevin Feige was. Oh, I didn't know that. Wow.
He had hair, little. I can relate. But go ahead.
I didn't know that either. But not to get too off topic, but they're definitely probably playing with the time variance and all that, because I heard Owen Wilson as Mobius is playing a major role in Deadpool 3.
Wow.
Cool.
Yeah. So
wow.
We'll see. Wow. Wow, Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman. I never.
Do you think? I'm still waiting for because they just released a Shuri Black Panther figure. Do you think we're going to see her return sooner though, before the Avengers thing? Do you think we'll see her in any other MCU movie before then?
Who, Riri or Shuri?
Maybe Ironheart.
Shuri.
Maybe Ironheart.
Maybe Ironheart.
A cameo in Ironheart, but no more than that, because I think they want to focus on just Riri, and that's it.
Sure.
Yeah, there's not going to be a whole lot of too much Wakanda. That's why her suit is still in Wakanda. That's why she has to make a new one for Ironheart, the TV series. Because Ironheart's going to connect to Armor Wars, right? Or should. That's what I would do. I would somehow.
That's becoming a movie too instead.
Armor Wars will be a movie instead.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's not going to be
Is that
TV
better?
show, it's going to be a movie.
Yes.
Don Cheadle.
Personally,
Okay.
yeah, I think that would be better. Yeah.
How long? 2 hours? 3 hours?
Probably 2 hours with the way these movies are going. So.
Yeah.
They can do a lot.
You think the Wakandans would be involved in that? You think? No.
No, I think Riri will.
Oh,
She should, but she might.
I was thinking, when do you think Shuri's Black Panther would show up again? Not Riri, my bad.
Oh, it has to be a big event.
But Sheen said,
she's going to be in Haiti for a while, and she's not the king of or queen of Wakanda.
That's right. So
she can do a lot more in the world not being in Wakanda. You might see her United Nations panel. You might see her, or she might just skip all that political jazz and just be Black Panther in different places, helping out different people. They can do that too.
See her on a street level.
Exactly, because she's in Haiti. Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I don't see anything.
You think she'll be needed for Kang Dynasty?
I hope.
Eventually,
yeah.
I'm hoping this. I'm hoping this. I don't know. I get that there's some characters that don't need to be involved in these next two Avengers films that are coming years down the line, but it would be cool to kind of tie all of them in there,
Yeah.
Articulated Heroes said, plus it's going to be rated R, so it should be interesting. Oh, he's talking about Deadpool 3.
Ooh.
Yeah. I'd like to see Namor and She-Hulk team up, possibly hook up at some point because they have history together in the comics. Oh, do they really? Huh.
Oh.
I'd be interested to see that, actually.
I liked the She-Hulk. I liked it as much as I didn't like it, as much as I liked it. That's not supposed to make any sense. Don't worry. It gave me 80s She-Hulk vibes. I'm one of the few people that read 80s She-Hulk when she was breaking the fourth wall before Deadpool. I like how they tied that into the MCU but didn't. That part was cool. The rest was hokey but good but not. That make any sense with my hand movements? My generated hand motions.
I would be curious how She-Hulk would know about Namor, because like the Wakandan said, we're going to keep your area quiet. We won't say anything about it. So at some point, someone's going to have to discover them, right? Like,
yeah,
Attack Wakanda, they might. Remember, the
so.
world might come from Wakanda.
yeah.
that would be corny though if it was a She-Hulk episode and then Namor's in her office. I need someone to take my case.
That would be corny.
I feel like I'm going through copyright infringement about this vibranium thing.
That would be corny.
When I come out of water, and I will, there's gonna be carnage.
I tried to like that movie more than I wanted to.
It's okay, we all did, man. How about, so I guess in the end, I guess M'Baku is going to be the king of Wakanda, because we see the waterfall, and
I assume he wins the challenge. It's challenge day.
They also left it up in the air, because then what if someone just comes out randomly and they're the new king of Wakanda?
Right.
Ooh, what about what's his name? Who wasn't there? He's in jail.
Daniel Kaluuya's character.
Oh, snap. Okoye's ex.
Where's he at?
And he was supposed to be in the movie originally.
Really?
Yeah, but then there was schedule conflicts with the movie Nope. So
there we go.
They had to write him out, which that was definitely a big I
wanted him to see that.
Sorry, I just thought of a stupid conversation. It's like, so will you be able to film Black Panther? What are you doing right now? Nope. No, I know you don't want to do it, but what are you doing right now? Nope. Look, man, I'm going to ask you one more time. Can you film her?
Nope. Look, I'm not going to do this bit again. Are you going to be in the film? I'm going to be in the film. Nope. What do you mean? What? Is that funny?
It's a yes or no question. Just tell me.
Nope.
Hear me out.
Who's on first?
It's called no.
The who's on stage?
Maybe that's how Ryan Coogler wrote him out.
Yeah.
All right, so got the schedule coming up. You know the name of the film? He goes like, no, come on. It's actually called Nope. You know what? You're being a dick. All right.
Get out of here.
You get nominated for one Oscar, and you think you're better than this guy. Go.
Get out of here.
Get out of here. That would be true, and that was another part that I'm time jumping here, but when the mother was like, or the council was like, they're like the elders she, spirit, she almost killed her husband in the honor of Wakanda, but she's like, yeah, but she stood here while Killmonger took over the throne. It's like, oh man, that scene was pretty powerful.
The queen was right, but the thing is that Okoye was loyal to Wakanda, which mattered.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even though she's a secret bodyguard of the Black Panther, but she didn't break the rules of Wakanda by serving T'Chaka. He's still a family member. Your husband was wrong for killing his brother like that. I flashback that scene in my head. I was like, you had the vibranium body armor on, and it wasn't a headshot. Why was your first instinct to drive your fingernails of vibranium into your brother? You could have smacked the gun. You could have Spider-Man it, did a whiff. Like, whoa, nice catching lead, and kicked the gun. Any of that. For the story, that's why he killed him. But I was like, dude, you were no threat at all. You were not in danger from that one Glock or 9mm. I'm not sure. He was not in danger.
I like the complexity of it. It's like there, isn't necessarily easy, who's right answer.
Correct. It wasn't
so that, that's one of the reasons why I like the first Black Panther very much. It's about legacy, but sometimes it's a difficult legacy to continue on if you disagree with a lot.
You were wrong.
Carries on just yeah.
You all were wrong.
That was powerful.
Man,
yeah.
Oh, oops, my bad. You guys gonna say something? My bad. No. All right. Well, that's good.
I thought when you always say something.
No, I thought you were gonna say my bad.
Me?
Yeah.
No, I was gonna do more lines from Black Panther 1.
All right. How about this then? Before we close it, talk about what you didn't like, because I know Fun Guy after the movie. A Fun Guy was like, It was good. There's some things I didn't like. I was like, save it for the podcast.
Yeah, I was like, So there were very small things to write off. Like in him inviting Shuri to his world without being cautious. I get why that was there, but that was very, 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 very rookie move to show the queen of a nation your place, and now she knows how to get there. But they addressed that in the film. I think that this would be funny. Not showing the cities of Alexandria was a slight.
That's true. That's true.
Woods.
Could you believe we have a McDonald's here?
And a Burger King?
And a Burger King. And possibly a Wendy's. 7-Eleven somewhere. But no, there was no real storyteller problems. Just some fight scene choreography, some shortcuts they took, but nothing major. Let's see. No lazy writing that I can pick at.
That's true, yeah.
They didn't do that. All the transitions made sense. I like that word today, I guess. All the cutscenes, there was no cutscenes. All the what was I looking for? I went back to the shop and they had to escape. They addressed all that. We should split up. Most movies don't address that. They address that stuff. Why aren't we taking one car? We should split up. Here's why. It all made sense. If I find something, I'll get it, but there's not this small nitpicks.
And I'm just saying, guys, this is something how you know the movie's good. He usually the nitpicks a lot of stuff.
I do.
So the fact that he really can't nitpick, it means it actually was a good movie.
I was like, oh, okay, this is what MCU should be doing from now on. This Shang-Chi multiverse made me sad. Thor: Love and Thunder made me sad. It was just too much to nitpick. I'm like,
we're gonna get this another day, but we'll do it at our end of the year thing. But
what's up to?
We didn't have because we didn't have Albie here when Thor: Love and Thunder came. It was like
we did
like it, Albie. Honestly, did you like
it? Was fun.
To put it in short, I recognize some of the criticism, especially the balance of the comedy and all that. But I mean, going out of the theater, I liked it a lot. I think upon rewatch, there was probably a handful of jokes that didn't work. But what I gave credit to is when the jokes were funny, they were funny. When the scenes were genuinely sad, they were genuinely sad, especially everything involving Jane Foster. I thought those were some powerful scenes. And if anything, the fight scene in the Shadow World was probably one of my favorite sequences in an action movie in general. So maybe I wish the last fight scene kind of mirrored that a bit. I mean, not the last fight scene was horrible. It was cute in a way, but not as intense as the Shadow World. Sorry, not to get too long, but that's
kids were there.
The kids. That movie was terrible. No, I'm kidding. Actually, the more I watch it, the more I'm like, damn, it's not that bad. I really like what's his face, Russell Crowe as Zeus.
Right.
When he goes down the steps and he goes to the skirts.
So good.
He's twirling with the
His portrayal of Zeus was fun and memorable.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just wanted to know that. Just hear your thoughts.
Side note: the Marvel Zeus is not like that at all. That's why it was fun. The comic Zeus isn't like that at all.
Yeah. So what I'll say though, I enjoyed Thor: Love and Thunder a lot. I enjoyed it very much. But unlike Wakanda Forever, I don't know if it goes in my top. It doesn't inch close to my top 5. Wakanda Forever just might make it to my top 5 because that's how good.
Winter Soldier's still there, though, isn't it?
Winter Soldier's still there. Shang-Chi is probably the latest edition.
You're talking about your top 5 ever, not just this year.
No, ever.
So top 5 ever, it's inching towards my top 5 ever. If we're talking about top 5 this year, Wakanda Forever is definitely in the top 5. Definitely for this year, it's definitely not just one of the best comic book movies this year, but one of my most favorite movies this year so far. So yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But I think it was the best for this year. This was it phase 5 or 4?
4, I think. Yeah.
4.
Yeah.
I think it's the best movie of phase 4 by far.
gonna say, "What about Spider-Man?" Be like, "Well,
It was
was
good
it
for
really
cameos.
good?
I liked Spider-Man.
Was it better than Wakanda Forever though? Was it really?
It's hard to compare.
It's not the same movie. It wasn't doing the same thing.
It's hard to compare.
But if you know me, you should know my favorite Phase 4 movie is the one everyone hates, is Eternals.
Eternals was amazing.
I will live by that sword.
It was well done. People forget about it. Like, it was well done.
Yeah.
It was well done.
I don't hate Eternals at all. Like that's up.
No.
I mean,
Eternals was well done, guys. I agree.
I think
I was like, oh, it's an epic movie in a short amount of time. I think it should have been a TV series, but that's just me. No, it's not.
My problem with being a TV series is I don't know if we would get the same amount of special effects. We wouldn't get the quality of those sequences and all that, especially all those location shoots and all that.
True.
I don't know if they'll look like that on a TV show. That would have been my worry. And that was one of the things I loved about Eternals was all those locations.
And enough people wouldn't have watched it.
Yeah. I guess if we're talking like Phase 4 movies only, I put Eternals, and then Shang-Chi and Wakanda Forever probably like interchangeable.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's same with me. Wakanda Forever and Shang-Chi is definitely going there, and Eternals would be in there too.
Like Shang-Chi mixed fun with serious very well. With one of the best villains, he still might be the best villain in the MCU portrayed right now so far.
We're gonna have fun. We should. I don't think we did it yet, but we should do one for Quantum Mania trailer breakdown because.
I
think a lot of these things, the 10 rings, the bangles, I think all of them are going to intertwine with Quantum Mania.
Yep. So we have to do one.
Before we sign out, Vivi says, I think we're getting a Young Avengers in the MCU with Kate Bishop, already introduced, along with America Chavez, Ms. Marvel, and Ironheart. Yeah, I think so, man. I think
and Patriot.
Oh, that's right.
Wait, is it Patriot? That's his name?
It's not Iron Lad, is it? No,
Iron Lad is what you call Iron Lad and what you call his son. Hulkling, Iron Lad, Wiccan.
And there's a Thor character.
Kate Bishop.
And they casted Wiccan already.
Oh, they
casted a new Wiccan. Yeah, for the Agatha series. They casted. I forgot the actor's name, but he's in that show called Heartstopper.
Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf. What you know, jujitsu.
Someone younger than Shia LaBeouf. I forgot the actor's name. Right. But from what I've seen his performance in that show, Heartstopper, I think he can do a good work. So, we'll see.
All right. Now, before we close out, y'all, any final thoughts or we good?
Nope. I'll find some more nitpicks, maybe.
Huh?
Got one.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and it's a question that we discussed, or a topic we discussed before we watched the movie.
Ooh.
Because Riri Williams is in this movie, and she goes on to have her own show. Does someone show up later on who previously was perished in Endgame?
No.
You know who this is.
I'm living. I know. Robert
Even
Downey
as a hologram?
Robert Downey is not appearing in Disney Plus.
No, not Disney
they're
Plus.
Will
he come back again? Will he come back?
Like, are we saying come back, not flashback?
I know it's a big topic, so I just wanted to quick.
Yeah.
Flashback or a variant, yes.
I'm okay with flashback. Him coming back to life, I don't know. That cheapens the movie Endgame significantly.
This is a loaded question.
They can bring him back, but they shouldn't. If they do him and Rogers, if they do RDJ, it should only be a hologram. If they do Rogers, they shouldn't do Rogers at all. He should come back as in Deadpool, like rumored, as the Human Torch.
I want them to bring him back in Rogers the Musical. I want them to just do that. There's everyone wanted him back. There they are, Rogers the Musical. And Kang's watching them from his seats, just watching them perform.
That's hilarious.
I can do this all day.
Yeah.
I don't know, Shane. I think not in the Disney Plus series.
A loaded question, like you said,
I think they're going to try and bring him back as a variant for Secret Wars, which I don't want them to, man.
They shouldn't.
They really
but they're going
to leave it like
use the variants, use the actors that fans wanted and that they thought should be him from the casting.
With Tom Cruise.
Have the Tom Cruise. Have the other have the other guys that didn't. Whoever else made to the casting.
Katie,
let them be a variant.
If Tom Cruise is Tony Stark, he would have steal Jeff Bridges' line. I built this in a cave with a box of scraps. I know what I'm doing.
I know what I'm doing.
He's like he's like Robert Downey or like Tony Stark if he actually didn't learn any lessons. He was just an asshole still.
Or still drinking.
Oh yeah.
Heavily still drinking.
But that's another thing. I think the next thing would probably be like breaking down that Quantumania trailer, but maybe something first with Kevin Conroy. I think that'd be another good one for us. But yeah, guys, movie was good. Definitely gonna watch it again maybe sometime this week. I want to say thank you to Sheen, a fun guy, and also the returning Albie. It's good to have you back.
Yes, pleasant surprise.
Yeah,
the pleasure is mine, all mine.
Mine too.
Now we're gonna bug you off of camera as well. LonelyFans meetups.
We're gonna go sign off then. All right, guys. Ryan Seacrest out.